It's set up to look like a video.
It's set up to look like a what?
You click on it, and it's just a bunch of old dudes blowing each other.
Oh, god damn.
Just because it says MP3.
Oh, God. You know what? Let's start this thing. Wait, nope, this one. Yep, there it is. Well, at this point, we can't stop laughing. So, all right, welcome to the dumbest podcast on your desk. I'm Andy McDouche.
And I'm Clayton Keck.
We have 3 guests for you today, but before that, I am free miking it because my stupid
Free
ass.
balling.
I said miking anyway. I'm
thing.
free miking it this time because my stupid ass forgot to repair my mic stand, and I left it at work. So
And his arm is already quivering from holding that microphone.
no, it's quivering in fear, absolute fear.
He's like, I'm used to holding something else.
Yes. It's called my own butt cheeks. Anyway, what?
Took a turn.
Well, if you didn't know, you're gonna learn today. Wait for it. All right, we're welcoming back the ogre of all ogres, who I sometimes call Kroger, back to the show.
Ogre.
What up?
Welcome back, man. How's it feel to be married?
It feels great. I love it.
That's awesome, especially since she's in the room with you right now.
I would say that even if she wasn't here.
I feel like you're.
Hey, you know what? Let's do something a little different. Let's go ahead and have Ogre introduce his new bride.
Like his magic Michelle, I say we should say. I don't know. Can we do that here?
It's our show. I don't see why not.
All right. Well, that did roll off as well as I thought it had. But moving on.
Yes, my beautiful wife is here.
Well, that is something.
She might not talk that much. She's quiet.
Hey, I don't know. The last time you were here, she was also here, and I heard her talking a lot of shit along with us.
Yeah, but once
once
we get it rolling, I'm sure it'll come out. And then, of course, you know, we got one of my other best friends here. We got Mr. Fister Bottom.
Fister Bottom.
I'll let you guess his own first name.
I don't have to guess. I know it. We also have Will Collop here today.
That would be me.
And I hope I said the last name right. I just went off of what it looks like.
No, it's
Yeah,
wrong.
actually, no, that's
Willie
that's-
Fister Bottom.
That's correct.
Oh,
Willie-
wow. That's
Willie-
a weird spelling for Fister
Willie or
Bottom.
Willie not
It is.
Fister Bottom.
Willie or Willie not? Nice.
Well, let's find out.
Let's not and say we didn't.
I'll see you guys later.
Yes, Kate.
Where are you going? I just pulled my pants up. Where are you going?
I'll leave you guys to your own devices. And,
Yeah, make sure you take video for the Facebook page.
Oh, yes, Facebook. We do have a Facebook page now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you do that the other day?
No, it's been up for like
I don't
a
know.
Oh, you know
week
what,
and a
dude?
half.
It's
But
because I
we
only
don't do anything with it, though.
that episode where Mandy's like, you should do that right now about that Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, but I didn't.
That
Day
didn't
before,
happen.
so the day before yesterday, I listened to the episode. I'm still like 3 or 4 behind. I'm a lazy piece of shit. I won't lie.
No, that works. It really does.
You know, so we're the host of the show.
But it is funny that I hear you guys fucking call me out.
No,
and
dude,
shit
we're
all
not.
the time.
See now,
We're just
now
friends.
Now
We're
you're
not fucking.
now you're calling yourself out.
And if we are, then nobody
No,
told
it's
me.
quite hilarious.
I've been missing some fun, I guess.
I was actually thinking about I would like to be more of a regular on your guys' show at some point.
You know what? I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, because for one thing, what I really wanted this show to have been when we started was just us getting together and just having the most ridiculous conversation that we normally always have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I
Which
mean,
is
that's
what's
what we
about to
still
happen
do.
Yeah,
here.
that's what I'm saying.
We
Like, I
have
was-
topics involved, but we still do that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that the other day. Like, I should fucking try to be more of a regular on the show. I think it'd be a fun time. Talk about dumb shit, you know.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah. So speaking of dumb shit, let's get into this. So how do y'all feel about the filet-o-fish?
The filet
It's,
fish.
it's
The
a
McDonald's
giant.
I mean, it's
fish
still on the
stick.
menu, so
Really, it's a square fish stick.
It's a giant
on a
fish
bun.
stick on a bun.
you
With
guys
some
never
tartar
seen a
sauce on
square
it.
fish? You ain't never caught a square fish?
Well, you know, one time I caught an octagon fish, and I thought that was weird.
Yeah, dude, that's close cousin of the square fish, man. The Atlantic square cod? Really?
The triangle one.
I was about to say, you sure it wasn't an octagon leather piece of a boot?
You know, it might have been 'cause when I caught it, I really thought it was dead. It didn't
Is this a
flop or
fish
nothing.
or a boot? I don't know.
Let's see what that
These
leather
look like
sticks are like.
bootlaces. I don't know. That's weird.
Well,
Just don't catch a pentagon
shoestring?
fish because then the government will be after you.
ooh,
now that's some good advice.
or an Area 51 fish.
Yeah.
But
What about that three-eyed fish from
Oh my
that one
God.
show that's going to be over soon?
dude,
Or the one
yeah,
from
yeah,
The
yeah.
Simpsons.
Speaking of that, I've been playing The Simpsons tapped out, apparently, because I just got an achievement for over 11 years.
Yeah, nice.
I have no
Wow.
life.
11 years. Nice. Hey, and you're still not
Wow.
even near how many seasons they have.
I know.
Didn't they
you've
stop
been
airing
playing that
Simpsons
one
now,
game for
too?
11 years?
I don't know. I know
shit. It's like
they're
I'm older than
about
The
to be
Simpsons
done
by like
with it.
6
I don't
months or
think it's
something. I don't
over
know.
yet, but I think they're on their last season, I think. I
Yeah,
could be
this should
wrong.
be the last season, and then that game I've been playing forever, they're fucking stopping the game too. At the
Oh,
same
really?
time. Yeah.
I think the only game I've played longer than that is jerking off.
Hey,
Oh,
that's
speaking
a
of jerking,
lifelong
I
game
remember
there.
this
Yeah.
episode you guys had where Phil was
After like
talking about how
25
he
years
likes
ago.
Hey,
jerk
keg.
chicken.
We gotta push the cake.
Love it.
Hey, believe me, I just edited an episode that's coming out to
All right,
on
Manny.
the day of this recording.
All right.
See, that's why I
All
stick
right.
with Manny.
All right, Manny, edit this out.
Or edit
Keg,
this
I
in.
remember the episode you guys were talking about earlier, or not earlier. I don't remember when it came out, but I just heard it the other day because I was trying to catch up.
There it is again. Take 3.
Take 3. Keg, the last episode I heard of you guys where you were talking about Jamaica and the jerk chicken.
Oh, yeah,
All
love
I could think to myself, the way you said it is, he definitely likes the jerk chicken.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like, that was the only thing I could think about as soon as you said it. I'm like, oh, I bet he likes the jerk chicken.
Yeah, I like jerk chicken. It's good.
I bet you do.
Yeah. I also like jerking my chicken, if you know what I mean.
You call
Ooh,
yours-
we haven't started the cum counter yet, so we might as well
There's
get
that word
started.
again.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Might as well. Hey, there's already one on the board, so hey, why not?
Just roll with it.
Oh yes, we're definitely are. So yeah, the episode that comes out today.
No, had to do it.
Yeah, I had to do it. But this episode literally has the most times where we said the word "come" in one episode.
World
and
record
the
so far.
episode is like an hour and 40-something minutes.
World record
So
so far.
you guys
For
wanted
sure.
me to come over here and listen to how many times you said "come" on a podcast where you guys like to say the word "come"?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
welcome.
yo, to the podcast.
Glad I could come over, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm glad you came too.
All right.
That one counts.
Get-
That
it-
counts.
it does.
I'm coming. Right now.
I was going to say that one counts too.
I can see it on the face. Look at that smirk.
I like to bite my lip a little.
Well,
be-
you're,
yeah.
well,
be
you're
shy,
definitely
Mr.
going to
B.
feel at home on this podcast for sure.
Don't feel shy, Fisher.
So anyways, you were talking about filet of fish for some reason. Let's get back to that.
Yeah, so there is one thing that y'all didn't mention about the fish that I didn't even know was a thing. There's literally a half a slice of cheese on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had no
You didn't
idea.
know that?
No,
It's
fuck no.
kind of funny. As I listed off the ingredients and we carried on, I was like, I forgot about the cheese.
Yeah, I've
yeah,
never in my life until I read this list of stuff that I didn't know was a thing. Because anytime I got a fillet of fish, it's ketchup, mustard only.
No tartar sauce, huh?
Nope.
No, mine's always got cum on it.
That's,
Seems to be
Nah,
the story
that's
of
the,
your
Mc- that's
life.
the McDonald's sauce. But
That's the only way to eat it.
yes, with the McDonald's cum sauce on it.
Yes.
But honestly, I do not like the tartar though.
I like it when they freshly make it too, you know, the cum sauce.
Okay. But I think LJS, aka Long John Silver tartar's better.
I would agree.
Long
But
John
I will say
Silver's?
this. I never get the fish from Long John Silver's. I always get the chicken.
The chicken
And-
is superior to the
And
fish.
Yes,
I
I-
put
agreed.
I put
Agreed.
malt vinegar on it.
I'm not a malt vinegar
Malt
person. I
vinegar,
get
huh?
it.
He's got to have that salt.
Let's go to the
I
Chinese
get,
buffet.
I get
I'm
it.
craving
Believe
pizza.
me,
How could I not? Dude, that reminds me. I took my daughter to a Mexican restaurant one time for her birthday.
She got a cheeseburger.
No, she got pancakes.
fuck? I don't even think.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, dead
she
She
serious.
didn't even get the huevos rancheros?
No, she got pancakes, and then she goes, "Those Mexicans know how to make a pancake."
I didn't even know they served pancakes for breakfast. I didn't even know they was open for breakfast.
I didn't even know
Oh,
they
yeah.
made pancakes.
Oh, yeah, you can
at
get
all.
egg dishes.
And that's the thing. We weren't there for breakfast. We took her there for dinner. And they still made her pancakes. I didn't even know that was a fucking menu item. Did not know.
Right? They show up and speak in another language, and she's like, "Daddy got pancakes."
And I even told her,
Out
I
of
was
all
like,
the things you could get here,
yeah. I was like, you don't want
Yes,
a fucking
Daddy.
burrito or something? What the fuck?
as long as there's pancakes in it.
She was like 10 years old though when this
Nah, for
happened.
sure.
But it was funny though. I'm like, what the
gotta
fuck?
be like 20
Who
years
goes
old
to a
by
Mexican
now.
restaurant and gets pancakes?
By the way, the word burrito is hilarious to me because it recently dawned on me that the word burrito literally means little donkey.
Yeah.
And I've never thought about it until it was put in front of my face. Like, holy shit!
Yeah,
we're eating.
burrito.
Yeah, it's literally little dog. It's literally
Little
little
donkey dick.
Yeah, yeah. So it makes me think burrito has to be an American thing.
It probably is.
More likely, I think it is.
That's what I learned whenever I lived out west was that burritos were not a Mexican thing.
No,
at all.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Like
yes.
pizza
Because when
was
I lived out
Italian.
in Arizona, any Mexican restaurant there, they don't even have a burrito on their menu.
Yeah.
No,
None.
absolutely
Well,
not.
it wasn't until I lived out in California that I actually had an authentic street taco. Like
wild
I grew up
motherfucker.
thinking
Those
that
are
flour
good.
tortillas and stuff like that was the way to
Yeah.
go. No, corn
You get
tortilla,
corn tortilla,
onions, cilantro, and whatever meat you want, and
Yep.
maybe a little bit of lime, and that's
Yes.
all you need.
And those things are so
All-
good.
oh my
I
god,
can
I
see
could eat
Keg
a million
at-
of them.
I can see Keg at this drive-through in Arizona.
I still want my green
motherfucking
salsa.
burrito,
Just,
man.
just,
They're
a,
like, okay,
just a
a
bit.
little
Not
bit-
lot, just a
they're
little.
like,
a little bit of
Okay.
verde sauce is excusable.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, sure. Put queso on there too. Okay.
Okay, so what?
No, I'm just saying, like I
Oh,
said.
actually more like case okay.
I'm just saying.
Ah.
I was looking at Keg like he was at this drive-through, like I just want a fucking burrito, man.
Like, hey, big guy, I just want a burrito. See?
Dude inside there's like, "Okay,
what the hell's he talking about? You know?
hey, what's a burrito?"
They hand you a little donkey.
Oh wow, that would be hilarious.
With a saddlebag on it and everything.
But it's like the size of a chihuahua. No,
I'm
actually,
like, "Sir, can you please pull
what
around
they've,
back?" He's like,
what they've done is they give you a chihuahua that's spray painted to look like a donkey.
Ooh, that's Taco Bell.
Well, it is Halloween time.
"I don't know
Halloween
what
is
happened to
just
the
next
dog.
week.
He's a
Wait,
dog.
is it next
you know?
week? Yes, it is. Wait, no, it's a week and a half till Halloween from here.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo
No,
quiero
because-
Taco Bell.
You get all my nuts.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, pendejos, todo manos zapito.
He has no idea what you just said.
No, he does. I think. Nope. Okay, never mind. No, he has a general
That's-
idea of what I
The
said.
General,
only, the only
not
Mexican
fully.
in here doesn't know what you said.
No, he has. He
That's
know.
not a secret, bro. It's really not.
Well, he know I said okay assholes and all. Other
Yeah.
than that,
No,
he doesn't know.
no,
he
I
doesn't know
missed some
anything
of it
else.
He
For sure.
definitely understood assholes.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
very much so.
yeah. That's kind of what made me smile. Like, okay, I feel like I know where it's going, but I don't know the rest of it.
You know what? I had a conversation with a Spanish speaking person about pendejo, and I've always thought pendejo meant asshole. So it literally don't. It technically means a ruder version of an idiot, which I think in America is an asshole.
Yeah.
which still in my head, that's what it translates to. Me calling somebody an asshole. Like, or
okay.
I can literally call him a butthole and call him a culero.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Fucking butthole.
By the way, Keg,
You're a fucking butthole. I can't stand
by the way,
it.
Keg, you said that buttholes make you smile. I find that I like to
They
wink
do.
at them actually.
Oh, yeah.
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 Pretty much.
Wait, you like to wink at buttholes or
Yeah.
wink your butthole?
Well, both. First one, then
Now,
the other.
can
the
you
keg is
wink your
definitely
eye
in.
and your butthole at the same time?
Ooh, coordination.
Ooh, yes.
I've never tried. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Somebody gonna
No
let you
better time than now.
The keg would like to help you train.
Wow.
Listen, young Padawan, what we're going to need you to do.
Dude, are you literally vaping without a tip?
So,
He
So
just wants to see
listen-
what it feels
Yes.
like.
so I vape at work in a highly flammable area where you're not supposed to vape anyway. But
Same here.
I like to live dangerously.
Oh.
So we have this graded floor in there, and I keep it in the front pocket of my suit that I have to wear at work. And like I said, like you're only supposed to have like intrinsically safe devices because it's an explosion area. But You know,
I'll show you something that's
so
intrinsically
I
safe.
dropped.
I'll show you
I
something
dropped
that's
explosive.
explosionary. Yeah.
I dropped a wax brush on the floor, like on these grates, and I bent down to pick it up, and the vape goes, whoop, and the tip hit first, and then
Just the
shattered into like 3 or 4
Sound effects
pieces
and all.
as it disappeared into the grates. I'm like, well,
Don't you just hate it when your tip shatters?
So, like,
I
it's
hate it
hard-
when you bury your tip and
it's
then you
hard
can't
to
find
get
it.
another one for these
And it
down
falls
by
down the
where
grate.
we
Oh,
live.
God.
So I'm just going to buy
the
another
worst.
tank since they're
More
dirt
scared
cheap
of it falling
anyway.
off.
No,
How are you supposed to find it to
go to the
reattach
same
it?
spot that I sent you to
I'm,
last
I'm
time.
on a
I'll
poor
have to-
tip
I'll
right
go
now.
there
It's
today.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't generally just sell the tips for these at the vape shops by where I live.
No, the vape shop I sent you to last time just might. But
Like
that's why I go with this, because if it falls out of my pocket, it'll just find something magnetic and stick to it.
Right.
Then I'll spend 20 minutes looking for it.
Well,
but I'll
even-
eventually find it.
Even though it's only 100 miles difference, like the difference between the vape shops up here and the vape shops down there is way different.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm
Way
just
different.
jealous you have a removable tip. I wish mine was removable like
Actually,
that.
this tip is the
It
tip
almost
is
was,
removable.
wasn't it?
The whole entire tank is removable.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can remove that whole unit. It's swappable.
Wait, you can swap the tank too?
Yeah, if she's not happy, you can put a bigger one or a smaller one on there, you know.
No,
whatever.
actually, it'll still be the
Those
same size.
strap-ons.
No, it'll still be the same size. It'll just be a different flavor.
You know,
Ooh,
You
different flavor.
almost had one off twice.
No, well, because I like bouncing between fruit and dessert. Right now, I'm on a dessert kick, and I just got this this granola bar that is absolutely fantastic. And I straight up spent like damn near $80 on fucking 4 60 ml bottles of this stuff, and I haven't seen it around here for 5, 6, maybe, dude, oh God, maybe 7, 8 years. I've been vaping a while. I kind of forgot how long I've been vaping. It's been a long time. Anywho,
I will say this though. She said
good shit.
something. She said something that really brought me to a subject here.
by the way, I do want to say this is the second time you've come here in something X-Men
Put it
related.
on the board.
Okay.
Oh, there's an X-Men shirt underneath there too.
So,
Count it as 3.
because I swear the last time you was here, because I couldn't stop looking at your shirt because I wanted to say,
Yeah, it was because of the X-Men.
no, it really was.
Look, she doubled
Yes.
down this time.
Fuck yeah. And the old school Storm too, I fucking love that. But
Oh, yeah.
for real, I could have swore you
And
wore
Gambit, by the
something
way,
X-rated.
very
X-rated.
underrated X-Men.
So my question
Oh,
would be,
Gambit's
X-Men
great.
related.
what
He is my
happens?
absolute favorite.
What happens if Rogue takes the glove off when she's giving you a hand job?
I call him Crambo.
Either you're really going to come so hard, put it on the board, by the way, or I mean, it could be your last come, you know, because
I
you're
know,
going to
right?
die
I
from
I
that.
mean,
think
if
definitely
you
is.
die coming,
Dude,
I mean,
dude, I
You're
just
going to
now
die with a
thought
smile on
about
your
it.
face. You'll be like,
exactly.
I just now thought about it. If she put her lips on it, would it be the proverbial soul sucker?
No, I got.
that's
I got
the way
another,
every man wants to
no,
go.
I got another ridiculous question. So if you're having so let's say Rogue's having sex. If she's draining you and you are about to come, does she come when at the exact time you come?
Well, that's at least 2 right there.
Because she's absorbing your energy.
Right.
Either way, you're
But
dead.
that's what I'm saying. Like, okay,
I
so
see what you're saying.
Yeah,
she
so,
can't
like,
even have
she-
sex because if her hand touches
because she
you,
could be coming like
dude, that
3
means her
times.
whole
Like, for
body
real.
can
I
do
think-
that
Right?
shit.
And then
I
when she's
think
done
it-
with you,
There's
you
no
look
way.
like
I think
that
it just
dude
adds
from
an
the movie Thinner.
exponent to the cum.
Thinner?
It's coming
Thinner.
squared.
Thinner.
Ooh, that's
Never
2
seen
more. Yeah.
You pretty much look like a skeleton with skin when she's done, a little husk.
Except I'm fat.
Well, then she's got a little bit more to work
Look
with.
like the dude from the first.
Just takes her a few more seconds, bud.
Look like the guy from the first scary movie.
You
when
get
he
at least
comes,
2 more pumps
shoots
than
her
most
against the
people.
ceiling.
Straight up to the ceiling.
Oh God! Speaking of horror movies, and I was thinking about this earlier. So anyway, this morning, for some strange reason, I decided to watch a horror movie. Why? I don't know.
Well, it is October, so
True,
there's that.
but it said Area 51, and then there was some something after the colon. Don't remember what it was. So I start to watch it, thinking, it's going to be like some fucking. It's supposed to be like some wormhole at Area 51, and aliens start coming through it. I start watching it. Not one person have an American accent.
It's like I didn't see not one fucking wormhole.
No, it's not that. It obviously wasn't Area 51 because there is no way that not one person in the Area 51 facility will not have an American accent.
They were aliens.
Isn't that where they house the aliens?
Hey, I'm just saying.
The douche has a black hole.
Ooh.
I do. It's called Michael Leto.
You don't even have
Does
to
it
go.
wink?
You don't even have to go to space to see it.
No, you just gotta pay $5.
Just make him angry.
Yeah.
Nope, Logan is.
Yeah, pictures are 20.
Why is it fluorescent pink?
Ooh, you know.
Why isn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. Why is it not? I got questions too.
Is it bubblegum pink or roast beef brown?
Did you say bubble cum? pink?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
No, I thought
Put
I
it
heard.
on the fucking board.
Yeah, I know. That's two more. I thought I heard bubble gum.
I like how they have a cum counter.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
And it's what? It's the color of cum.
Hey, we
It
did
is.
that for a reason.
No, honestly, it was the closest one to me, so I grabbed it.
Well, true. Fair enough.
I just
Don't
grabbed
let
You
it.
could have just let that one go, bro.
Don't let them lie to you, man.
Could have made it sound like we were intelligent on there.
Oh no, he don't like them things.
Nah,
Oh, but I will though.
Anyway,
Yeah, you will.
Fucking pussy.
let's get back to what.
Oh,
Yes,
I was getting ready to say
back to you,
that- probably was going to say that at some point.
I gotta get in there early.
I heard her say something about a strap on, and that really made me think about something that fucking irritates me. And I'm sorry. This is gonna-
Strap-ons?
the bad dragon dildo.
yeah, I was disappointed in that. But
His strap broke.
no, this brings me to a subject.
Cheap piece of
Lesbians. They say how much they hate penis, but yet they're like, hang on, let me get my rubber penis. I'm going to give it to you real good, girl.
No, they don't like what it's attached to.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Okay, but I feel like that's part of what they
But-
don't like
but,
is the
I mean,
penis, but yet they
no.
still got to put on a rubber penis.
No.
it makes no
you gotta
sense.
get up in there.
No,
You
No,
got
but-
a tongue, you got fingers. What the fuck you mean?
but I will give you this, dude. They're all those ones that walk around like, I hate penis. It's so disgusting. It's like, what's in that bag of toys you got, bitch?
Oh, look at that, a rubber penis.
Penis.
I think she just ran into a stinky one.
My work is done here.
Yeah.
Not,
Yeah.
not
Well,
gagging because it's
that
big,
seems
gagging
more like
because it
her
stinks.
own fault
No,
that
well-
she didn't let the guy take a shower after work. I mean,
we did literally do a story on this podcast about men using motherfucking maxi pads to
you soak up gooch grease, yes.
Yes.
When you
Oh,
could have
gooch
easily just
grease.
taken a shower and washed your
this is
taint.
no joke. This
Yeah.
is no
I've seen
Yeah.
this.
I mean,
I could not believe when I came across this
You're
story and I
spending
had
way
to talk
more
about
money
it.
on
I know, I
feminine
couldn't
products than
believe you
just
actually
hopping in the
talked
shower
about
and
it.
washing your
I
shit.
listened to that shit. I was like, these motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
Ugh.
if the guy's dick looks like a smegma cannoli, I mean,
Oh God. Now you might be onto something there. so then they gotta
No,
go buy a
this
rubber
dude-
one that looks normal.
I don't
and
know
they're
what
like,
that
"All
looks
right."
like,
He's
so
got way
I
too
have
many
no
tubes
frame
of
of
cream for
reference,
that.
and I am
way
not
too
going
many
to look
tubes of
this up.
cream.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
smart choice.
So I guess I don't know if I'll regret this later, but
You're
I
probably
think you're
will.
about to regret this. in
I
30
have
seconds.
a very interesting story.
I was gonna
guess
say
could-
you have
I
a
could-
cannoli looking dink
no, but I have been circumcised twice.
twice.
That's
Twice.
interesting.
So you don't have a tip.
3 times.
They can't do anymore.
They can't take any more than that. I'm without just saying, oh, now you got a vagina. Sorry.
There's nothing left. Oh my god.
Yeah, the only regret is the keg.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
So I mean, obviously,
Back
at
to
birth,
your shortcomings.
my parents decided to have me circumcised because I was born into a Catholic family.
yeah.
But when I was 30 years old, due to some working conditions that I was in, I was working in I'm a sheet metal worker by trade, but I was installing some ductwork in a insulation factory. And it's really, really hot work because I mean they're making molten glass and shut up. They're making this molten glass and they're putting
Lots of boxes.
they're making molten glass and turning it into fiberglass. So it's like almost like a foundry. It's real hot, real bad ammonia smell everywhere, just real gross in general. And because of the gross, just the hot, sweaty environment, I ended up getting like a really, really severe jock itch. That
You asshole. I knew there was a reason why I had you. I wasn't sure which one of you was fucking doing it.
No. The original one was Ogre over there.
Knew there was a reason why I had you as mute. I'm sitting here like, yeah, I know. I'm sitting here like, man, I gotta figure out which one of these motherfuckers
And
is doing it.
originally it was Ogre. It was definitely Ogre.
He loves to do that shit when I'm talking all the time. All the time.
I'm sitting here like, man, I'm losing my fucking mind.
He's like, I can't figure it out.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy.
No, you're
Anyway,
Oh, he's absolutely not sorry. I've known this man way too long to know otherwise.
Man, I tell you, man, I tell the king the same fucking thing. Like, man, I'm sorry. No, you're not. Yeah, you're right.
At least I attempt to make it seem like I'm sorry. Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you get it.
Just take the canoe.
what ended up happening was I ended up having to go to a urologist, and essentially what the foreskin that I had kind of cinched up, and so I had to have a second circumcision to resolve that problem.
Wow.
But as part of this, all of this, they did like a urinary scope and all this other stuff just to make sure there wasn't anything else going wrong.
Like
Right.
scarring and shit like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Basically, they were just trying to figure out, just kind of general checkup, make sure everything's okay. And, part of that is they check your prostate. So, you get a finger in the ass.
Oh yeah.
And because
Erection City, baby.
because it was a jock itch / yeast infection, they gave me a tube of cream for it.
Was it a Jergens?
No, well,
Rubbing on some homeless guy's elbow.
so what I found myself after this appointment sitting in my car at the pharmacy with a squishy asshole and a tube of cream in my hand. And that now
Sounds like you had a great day.
well, I told
Told this ogre that's
yes, I told Ogre about this.
Fabulous.
And that became an inside joke that we have now. So I go and I have back surgery, right? I have back surgery, totally not related to anything urinary related. And I was about to go into surgery, and I get a text from this motherfucker saying something about a tube of cream.
No, so listen, I waited until you got home. I was like, how'd you get home? He's like, my mom. I'm like, did she ask you about the tube of cream?
I was like, you motherfucker.
Dude,
So-
the funny thing about this is me and him are sitting at dinner.
Why does this keep
and
happening?
I'm like, text Will and ask him about the cream.
Yeah, that's what I said back. I was like, why does this keep happening to me?
Now, I'm just wondering, how many times did Ogre help
You're
you
allowed
out
to
put
wonder.
on this cream?
Not once. Not a fucking
Not
once.
one
I will,
fucking time.
yeah, I will sit here and straight up say not a fucking goddamn time.
But
He
he
said
watched,
he
though,
will.
right?
You know what? Par for the course.
I asked if he would put
Thanks,
it between
douche.
his butt cheeks and if I could just apply it that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
I don't
just
care what
fucking-
the keg says about you.
Like
Oh,
kind
he
of like
says
you
a lot.
put
No, I
butter
do
on a
say a
piece
lot.
of bread
We've
whenever
got
you're
noise like you've
butter on
done
a
it
piece of
before,
corn.
buddy.
Oh, yeah. You got to butter the corn that way. It's the best way to do it.
You and I have a different definition of the word cornhole, don't we?
It's still a game, bro. It's still a game.
There's still bags near a hole, right?
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely.
Kerneled for her pleasure.
Hey, kerneled for her pleasure and a little bit of fucking tube of cream for my pleasure. So speaking
you-
of all this asshole talk,
Yeah, so that's where the tube goes, not the cream.
it doesn't fucking matter. You got the tube, you got a fucking cornhole, you're going to make it work.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's putting the tube up his cornhole.
Yeah, he's gonna put it wherever
Wait,
he
you got to
wants,
use
man.
the stuff inside it? Man, I have been doing that shit wrong.
So we've got
So
tube,
wonder did that shit cleared up?
got a tube and a cornhole. Now all we
Or
need is
got
a ratchet
worse.
strap, and we're back to the strap on.
Oh.
Actually, I do have a ratchet strap.
Ooh.
I still got my tube.
Who's got that? So
Keg,
So
I
who-
still got a tube,
so
man.
whose cornhole are we using? Not it.
Anybody got a
Got
gerbil?
it.
Well, options are thin. Ogre's over here looking like he's ready.
I already said not it, man.
You didn't say shit, motherfucker.
Well,
I'm
pretty
too
sure he
busy thinking
definitely said
about a
shit.
cornhole to hear it. What
You
an
got lost in
idiot.
daydream.
Let's just move on to a complete new subject. And I want to talk about something that you had brought up, Will, by the way, so that nobody's like, who are you talking to?
Mr. B.
Yeah, who?
Mr. B.
Should have never been with your ratchet.
And also, by the way, I'm going to take this drink to your second foreskin.
In remembrance of the foreskin you never got to see.
No, not the first one. That one's normal. The second one, though, we got to
Moment
take.
of
Saying,
silence
like,
for
you
the
took a
second
drink in
foreskin.
remembrance of the foreskin you'll never get to see.
I wish I could have kept it. I would have made like a military medal out of
You
it.
know, I bet you'd have got a
Instead,
lot of
we gave
bitches
it
just
to
saying, hey,
Vlad.
check this out.
Right, pulls it out on all of his first dates.
I don't know why she didn't call me back.
The real question is, why does it have a tattoo?
Oh, damn, that is weird.
Instead, we gave it to old Ukrainian
time-
treatment or whatever.
Did you ever go to some random weird camp at some point?
He don't remember.
Dad?
Thing to do with the foreskin.
You been to Camp
is you do
Vladimir?
your version of jump the broom, where you jump the foreskin.
That was fucking weird. I hit one button, but this cord.
You been to Camp Vladimir?
Oh yes, Vladimir.
Is that where the foreskin went to?
Ooh yes.
Hey, breaking news: we have Vladimir Foreskin coming to the podcast.
Hey! So we could have used that name for you. Now we know next time.
I am Vladimir Foreskin. If you got foreskins, I'll take it from you because that's what I like to do.
It's not weird.
I look to
I
make.
didn't think it was weird at all, but now that you say something, yeah, you know, it's still not weird.
I made a blanket out of baby dicks.
Yeah, this is my foreskin blanket. Do you want to take
Wow.
a nap?
This one here came from a kid named Bob.
I bought the baby dick blanket. He cannot
we
afford.
used to work with this dude named Vlad, dude. Fucking piece of shit. He's from the Ukraine.
Well, his
Motherfucker-
name's fucking
but-
Vlad. What do you
motherfucker
expect?
crushed
he
my
was
hand.
Jewish at the same time. So
Wait,
he's always
what?
talking,
He was like a Russian Jew?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's always talking
Vlad
about
the
these
Inhaler.
weird things. So we used to say, yeah. So we used to say he was like Vlad the instead of Vlad the Impaler, it's Vlad the Foreskin Stealer.
That's fucking wild, man. I didn't know. Okay, I know there's mixed fucking, but that's a weird one, man.
Yep.
A Russian Jew. That is fucking weird.
Oh, dude, I used to know this. I used to know this Russian Jew from that lived in
Mazel tov.
Hobart.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, muzzle tough.
In Hobart?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and like
This is
was
news to
like
me.
born
He's like in
was
Hobart,
born
man?
in
He's like,
was
I
born
live
in
in
Russia
Hobart.
and fucking came, for lack of a better word, to Hobart.
He's
That
like, in
is
Hobart, man, I live there.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I live there.
Russian Jews are taking over. We gotta go.
You know what? Have you ever thought about looking up to see how many
Wow, that
other
sounded
Hobarts there
racist
are
as
in
fuck.
the United States?
There's one in Australia too.
Really? There's a Hobart, Australia?
Yes,
Is it,
yes, there is.
Is
Yep.
it? Oh no shit!
Yeah.
I know there's a Gary, Texas.
Yes.
Isn't Hobart
There's a
also some
South
sort of
Haven,
like construction
Michigan,
brand?
too.
think
They
you're
were
right.
like a deli
We were looking for a house in
machinery
South Haven.
Industrial,
place.
Yeah.
industrial
Find one in
cookery
Michigan.
machine.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
mixers and
Where they
shit.
made like
Yeah.
slicers and they made ovens.
Sounds
Yeah,
about
Like,
because
right.
yeah.
I've seen the
Fridges.
Hobart logo on a bunch of stainless steel stuff
Yes,
before.
yes.
That's where I
Oh,
got
yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I
that's
got that
true.
lift me and your mom
Yeah.
used.
Nah, fuck you.
Wow. Shots.
Hail to Renee.
Fired.
Yeah, sorry, that was a failed company I started and it didn't go too well.
I almost want to give you cum on that one, but I'm not.
Hey, that's fine. So anyway, I was trying to get into a subject that during the ogre's wedding.
So I was trying to get into something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep trying to get him out of this podcast, but it's a lot harder than I thought.
I keep telling you,
You'll
I
have to
have
do
the
your own
tube still,
research,
bro. I'm
man.
trying to get
Yeah,
there.
Yeah, he just keeps coming back. I can't stop him.
I hope you got. I'll put that on the board. Yeah.
2 more for the count.
Winner.
We were talking about a book you had read.
We're at 30 right now.
I want you to go ahead.
Oh no, dude, this ain't nothing.
What was the book you were talking about us with us during the wedding?
I got you on 4.
What was that?
I want to talk about the book that
Yeah.
I'm in
you
for
were
4.
talking to me and the douche about during Ogre's wedding.
Yeah, the subtle
guys
art of
can
not
read
giving a fuck.
Yes,
Yes.
Yeah, great book.
It is a great book.
it is.
I will say this.
What the fuck are you looking at me for?
I didn't
Because
know
you
they
look
could
like
read.
you wanted to just call me out on it, but I did read it recently, and it's good.
All I
at it.
said was good book.
It's because he wears he wears glasses. He's like,
Jesus
I
Christ.
can read now.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I don't know what the fuck you wanted
But
from
at
me
any
right there,
rate.
but you wasn't getting it. Because You asshole.
Every time the
Yeah,
kid's reading, I'm like, it's upside down, bro.
Well, that's why I turned to audio
Ever
because
since
I
he
know
got
I
the
don't have to
glasses.
read. I don't have
that's
to fucking read.
that's why we got the screen for him now.
I
so
know
we
what school
can
he
read.
went to. You can't fucking read.
If they don't put pictures in, I'm fucked. I'm just gonna say.
I understand. I went to the same school.
Explains a lot.
All right. So I assuming that we were about to talk about the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Yes,
fuck
we
by,
were. But you know what they say? Don't try, right?
Mark-
So I wasn't
Mark
trying to
Manson?
talk about it, though. Here we go.
It's Mark Manson, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
This is
Okay.
a Mark Manson book.
He had
Manson,
written
huh?
another book after that one. I had wanted
Two
to
that I
read,
know
but I
of.
haven't.
So there's
Two that I know of.
there's three, well, 4 books really altogether, but one of them is just a biography of Will Smith.
no, thank you.
Do they have the epic slap in this book?
No, it was pre-slap.
Okay, pre-slap. All right.
Pre-slap.
So then it's a
around the
boring
world.
ass book.
Are we
Gotcha.
talking about this dude that came to your house and wined you and dined
Yes,
Still
you?
would've
yes,
been
we're
boring
talking
up to
about
that
that guy. Anyway, it's there's a whole other thing that happened along with this. Like, I actually got the author to come to my house and film a YouTube video with me. That part was really, really
Video
cool.
I didn't watch. So
That part was cool, but kind of what I want to highlight other than that, because I don't want to make this all about me. The
Why
book
not?
itself,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
because I feel like the book and Stoic philosophy itself, because that's what subtle art of not giving a fuck is kind of what it is. It's a kind of intro to Stoic philosophy, and I feel like that in and of itself could help a lot of people nowadays, and could help kind of right the ship, so to speak, because there's a lot of just with the fact that we all carry around a little nightmare box in our pockets all day. We have a connection to the social media. We have a connection to so many different opinions and so many different things that, quite frankly, just don't fucking matter.
Hey, Kick, I
and-
reject the reality and substitute my own.
Yeah, exactly. And
What did you say, Adam? Said
I mean,
we allow so much of this shit that we cannot control at all.
but we act like
to
we
a-
have some control of it.
But we
Yeah.
allow it to affect us on an emotional level all the time.
Yeah,
and
fuck you.
And we're wrapped up in this when really what we need to do is we need to put the brakes on and ask
This
ourselves,
podcast.
why do I feel uncomfortable in this moment? Why do I
Right.
feel upset in this moment? Or why do I feel this certain kind of way? Why do I want to strangle this person? Why do I?
Because
you
he
know,
sucks.
but-
I've been trying to put that in his head for a long time.
but
I'm
it
just
goes it goes deeper. than
Douche
that,
ain't
though,
wrong.
but it goes a lot deeper than that. And
yeah, but that's because I'm fisting him.
Okay, so elbow
Will
deep,
knows
buddy.
all about that.
Elbow deep.
I mean, I'm sorry.
we
Stops
do
at
call
the
me Fister
elbow.
Bottom.
I mean, with this podcast, we can't let it go that long without making some.
No,
I know,
that's
right?
just
It
the
got
premise
too
of the
quiet and
podcast.
serious.
No, I do want to bring up something. I mean, let's talk about for 1 second
Time's up.
Ding, ding, ding.
the whole Dave Mustaine.
Oh my God.
Okay, now the thing he's seen as a total failure in his life. There's so many people that would see that as a fucking win. Even though a band like Metallica fired him, how many people can honestly wake up and say, Metallica fucking fired me yesterday, man? What the fuck? That's crazy.
Okay.
The fact that he started a whole nother band, Megadeth, which actually for a short while did run neck and neck with a band like Metallica, which, let's put it this way, Metallica's a whole nother entity in the music industry. They really fucking are. And the
With
fact
some
that
of the worst singing of the time period.
I wouldn't go that far. But the fact of the matter is they ran neck and neck with them, even though it was a short period of time.
Go far
Yeah.
at all.
How many other people could say that in the music industry? How many other people could say that ever? So for me to hear that he's seen this as a total failure in his life,
What the
that
fuck?
tells me he's on a whole nother mental level. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. He expected greatness, and I understand that. He is a great musician. He really is.
We need to stop fearing the word failure.
Yeah.
Because it's
definitely.
it's not failure is how you grow. Failure is how you
It's
get
always
better
an
at things.
option.
It always is an option.
Yeah.
And
Plan
that's
C.
and it's a good option sometimes.
Well,
because
fail-
sometimes
No, we're not talking about plan B.
sometimes you're doing something in life that isn't fitting you or
He
isn't
said
making you
plan Z.
happy.
Right.
All the other plans have failed. Now it's time for plan B.
It's like, well, time for plan
Well,
double A.
There was a reason I wanted to bring that particular part up because as a
Let's
wrestler,
be a dildo.
I failed a lot.
Plan double A.
And I did. As a wrestler, I failed a lot with my character, failed a lot to connect with the audience, failed a lot to really progress in the industry. But I took those failures and I learned how to adjust and adjust. So failure is a good thing for anybody to get used to. You cannot grow as a person in any aspect of life without failing.
So when are you going to
So-
grow up and stop being a Toys R Us kid?
I'm still busy failing, bro. I'm still busy failing.
There we go.
I'm getting there, bro. I'm getting there.
One of these days.
But yeah, so I do understand failing is a good thing, and a lot of people see failing as such a fucking horrific thing. Yeah, it sucks in the moment. Don't get me wrong, it does. It sucks in the moment, but it also helps you to learn what you could do to better that situation.
For example, the Mark Manson video that I did on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
If you were to watch that now, that video was almost 2 years ago. If you were to watch that now, you would see that the way he made the video seem, it was like I was going to move out of my mom's house like right then and there.
Right,
But
right.
really thinking about it, after the video was released and he was encouraging me to move out and get an apartment, it's like, well, why should I spend over $1,000 a month on an apartment when that could be a mortgage?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
That's what we did.
Absolutely.
So I
Step
am
your game up.
finishing my apprenticeship, which I'm about to be topped out in my trade and topped out pay wise.
Hell yeah.
Which will give me the ability to save even more to actually buy a house and move directly into a house without going into an apartment first. So it's like the video itself makes it seem like, oh, this is what Will needs to do. He needs to lose weight and move out of his mom's basement. But actually what it was that I needed to do was I needed to learn how to comfortably socialize with people, learn how to talk to women, because that was something that made me extremely uncomfortable. And like, it was something that I was literally scared of. Back in March 2 years ago, it was March of 2022.
Yeah.
Nothing was scarier to me than the idea of approaching a random woman in a bar and just talking to her.
Not even in a dark closet?
Not trying.
With Diddy?
But nothing.
Wait, hold on.
Should have never been with your ratchet.
Beware of the diddler, boys.
Yeah.
It's going to be a slippery situation.
With all that fucking baby oil? Yeah.
But basically, nothing was scarier than approaching a random woman or even sometimes a random person and just talking to them. And one of the things that Mark was trying to encourage me to do is he was like, "Oh, the first thing you need to do." He's like, "Forget about women and go buy a house." He's like, "That's the very first thing you need to do because that'll affect your confidence in a certain way, and you'll up your confidence game." Well, it's not that, like, he's right. Like, that's one thing I could have done. But I would have, on the inside, like, I would have been very displeased that entire time. I would have been
Sheltered,
still
pretty much.
No, I still would.
I think it goes a
would
little
have been
beyond
happy. I would
sheltered
have
at
been,
that point.
I would have. There would have still been a part of me that's like yearning to try to take care of this. It's like there's an itch that I have. Like, I'm uncomfortable in the scenario. I want a wife. I want a family. The only way that I'm going to be able to do that is by getting over this fear of speaking to women.
Yeah.
I have to learn how to actually go out and get what I want. I can't let it happen to me. So,
Question: You ever done
Yes.
public speaking before? No.
no, but I've been
Outside of that
You
video
ever
and possibly this
you ever
podcast?
play like you ever been in a band before?
I've been in theater most of my life in one way, shape,
Oh,
or
see,
form.
that's a form of public speaking.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay. So talking in front of people isn't necessarily the problem. It's the one-on-one interaction. Okay, I
It is
got
the-
you.
Yeah, it is different when you're talking to.
Well, really, what the problem was, if you want
Do I
to get to
need
the
to mute
root
you
of it,
again?
if you want to get to the root of it,
Yeah.
the problem was that I did not value myself. So because I didn't value myself, I didn't see how anyone else could value me either. So because of that, I had this huge issue with thinking, oh, how is somebody ever going to be attracted to me and fall? You guys fucking suck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I didn't even take a hit. I just knew he was and just played it. Yeah.
It's like a fucking Darth Vader everywhere.
Dude, so the
Jesus
reason I'm
Christ.
doing that is there was a couple
Fucking
episodes,
over here spilling my guts out.
There's more than a couple.
There was a couple episodes where I noticed.
No, there's more
I
than a
noticed
couple.
the douche heavily. Vaping.
So
Yeah.
at any rate,
Yep.
Out here spilling my guts
yeah,
out.
yeah,
You guys are fucking-
yeah, I'm invested in it, buddy. I'm invested in it.
Should be used.
Now,
Yeah. Talk to your ogre.
Fuck you.
I'm invested in
Anyway.
it, buddy.
I'm sitting here listening. He's the one trying to out vape me apparently.
Damn.
He's showing his sucking skills.
Yeah, they seem to be deep.
But
They're on
essentially,
point. Dude.
Mark had one kind of plan for me, which I know would have worked. But I knew that just sitting there and sucking it up and saving money to try to like either just move into an apartment so that I was away from my mom's house.
Yeah.
That wasn't going to solve the problem. That was going to create another problem. Because
Right.
the other problem that it was going to create is like, shit, now I have this rent every month, and that rent is not contributing to my overall equity.
Well, yeah, because finances
Yeah.
technically were not built into that plan to begin with.
I mean, they kind of were, but they kind of weren't.
Well, maybe to a point, but
Yeah.
not to the extent that he was making it seem. You know what I mean?
And I knew that, okay, it's not a problem. Like, it's not a problem on my mental health that I live with my mom. It's not like my relationship with her sucks. Like, if anything, like doing the video with him actually repaired some of the relationship because it humbled me and allowed me to actually apologize to my mom in a lot of ways that I needed to. But like, here I am.
What? Y'all can't wait 14 more minutes?
Here I am almost 2 years later.
I'm addicted.
And I'm making quite a bit more money. I've fixed a lot of things in my life, like going from, like I said before, like March 2 years ago, going to a bar and trying to just talk to a random stranger was scary. But it was weird because, like Douche said, I have no problem getting up on stage and singing in front of thousands of people.
Well, and again,
in a bar for karaoke.
Yeah.
And
or
see,
in a bar
But
for
that's
karaoke or
also
anything.
a good conversation starter.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that was another point I was trying to make for that. Is it is different talking for people than to people.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, as a wrestler, you do the same thing. You're talking, towards the audience, not to a single person, you know what I mean, but to a group as a character. So it's different in that moment because you're not you as that character. You're somebody else, which means you can do whatever the fuck you want to an extent. You know what I mean? So it does make it different.
Yep.
So that was the point I was trying to make, and then we got sidetracked from that point. But
Point A to C. Point A.
This is just
and then right back to point F.
the ADHD podcast.
Yeah,
That's what
it really
Keg
is. It
realizes
really
he
is.
never left point A.
No, I made it to point F right here, buddy. Point F.
But
Why does he keep showing me his
essentially,
IQ? I
just
don't
to try to finish, I guess to try to finish the thought of what you were saying was, there's this video out there of me, and you might look at it as a failure that I'm not out of my mom's house, or that I didn't lose 120 pounds or whatever.
It's all about perspective.
It is about perspective because I am much more happier and healthier in my head,
Right.
much more confident and more comfortable as a person than I was 2 years ago.
Right.
I
Now,
don't look at
here's-
that video of you as a failure. I'll look at it as you took what he told you to do and turned it around and did what you felt
put it
like
in
you
motion.
needed
And did
to
what you
fucking
had
do
to
make
do.
yourself
Exactly.
Put it in motion. That's a whole nother thing.
Not
now, I do
what
want to say.
not what some millionaire author's telling me to do, but what I know from
Right.
my own experience will help me get to where I need to go.
Now, I will say, like, going through that whole book, and it is a great book, but one thing that I noticed they really didn't talk about a whole lot of, he might have touched base on it at one point, but he didn't really go back into it, was the whole regret of certain things. You know what I mean? Like that's something I noticed he didn't really go into.
And he might. And granted, I haven't really read the sequel book yet.
I haven't either.
Everything is.
I
fucked.
haven't either, but I do intend to.
From what I've heard, that book is more about the subtle art of not giving a fuck about the things that you can control.
Right.
So not giving a fuck about what others think about you. You can control that. But everything is fucked. Apparently, is about the things that you can't control. So like politics and government and regret.
Right.
You can't really necessarily control that. But I don't know. I have, over the last couple of years, really tried to focus more on if you live in the past, you're depressed. If you live in the future, you're anxious. So try to live in this moment right now, because guess what? You can't control either one. You can't control the past or the future.
Right.
Because the only way that you can attempt to control the future is by making decisions now. And the only way that you can keep yourself from being depressed about things that happened in the past is by making good decisions right now.
Fair enough. And the video you keep referencing, that is on YouTube?
It is. It's on Mark Manson's YouTube channel.
There you go.
I sent it to you. If you wanted to, here, let me
Do
see.
you mind if we link it into this episode
you
show notes?
Definitely.
You don't even know how to do that.
No, but
I've been trying to get you to link. Escape the paradigm for a year.
What the fuck?
But for
I want to know what's going on here.
we have somebody that does know how to do that now, and that's why I'm asking, because I will have them do that. You're laughing for no goddamn reason.
I will say this,
I'm
Keg.
laughing for exactly the reason.
The title of the video, because it is at this point, it's aging. It's about a year and a half, almost 2 years old.
Yeah.
It's 10 simple actions that unfuck your life.
Okay.
And
Sounds
the video itself is more about self-esteem than anything. And I will say, for anybody that is kind of like a people pleaser, like you feel like the only way that you can be happy is by making everyone else around you happy, you definitely should consider not doing that, because finding your own value and not giving a fuck what other people think of you, not in a selfish way, but in a selfless way. You're being selfless to yourself. You're allowing yourself to love yourself. And once you do that, you kind of break free of the prisons of a lot of the mental illness that we see a lot of people in, like anxiety and depression.
Right. Yeah, no, what are some of the other books by, was it Mark Manson?
So the third book...
Is that the name?
The
Did I
third
get that
book
right?
that I would suggest...
Okay.
It is called Models, and I will say I will kind of preface this. It was written in the early 2000s in that era of like pickup artist books. So the book itself is kind of about talking to women, or talking about, being able to socialize properly, or being able to be an attractive male is what the book is about. However, when you read it and you start to realize what the book's actually talking about, is just telling you Stoic philosophy. And the Stoic philosophy in that it's leveling up the idea of not giving a fuck of what other people think of you, and really just kind of being on your own path and being unapologetic about being on that path. And what that does is that creates a sense of authenticity. You know what you're about, and you really don't care to have anybody change that. And since, and you know this from creating like wrestling characters.
Yeah.
And bringing, like I said, like from talking to you and seeing some of your wrestling stuff, I can see that you bring a little bit of your authentic self into your character, which makes your character more intriguing and more, what word am I looking for? It's more compelling. Like your character is more compelling.
Makes
you're
it
more attractive.
authentic.
You're more attractive as an actual character that way.
Right.
The same thing applies to us as humans. If you are more authentic in yourself and in like talking to people, and you don't care about what path they want to send you on, you stay on your own, that authenticity will actually attract people to you.
And I definitely know in the wrestling world that was working exactly like that.
And that's what that book is really about, and that's why I've got buddies like Ogre here.
He is an asshole, by the way, Bo.
by
Hey,
being-
I don't
He
know.
knows.
but it's
I still like Kroger.
living this
Kroger.
living this like unashamed, unabashed.
off-brand.
No, fuck you. I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be who I want to be. It has gotten the right kinds of people to surround me, and when I lived out in California, there was a lot of snakes in the grass, so to speak. Now that I moved back to Indiana, I've got nothing but like brothers, nothing but close friends that I know are there that are ride or dies, and it's because I've repelled the people that I don't need in my life by being authentic.
Well, and I will say, like, I did a lot of traveling, both with wrestling and different construction jobs. I've done a lot of traveling. I've been a lot of places. Indiana is definitely a different entity. It's a different feel. You do have different personalities that you can bond with easier out here. But I will say,
A republic state with democratic hubs.
fair enough. Fair enough. That does kind of sum it up. I do want to say I would love to have you back on. I am going to read
Yeah, I would
these.
love to be back on.
I'm going to read a couple more of these books, and I'm really intrigued. After reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, it really pulled me into a whole new mindset. Just talking about this was awesome. I'm sorry for pulling the show in a whole nother aspect here, but
No, you're not.
you know what? You're fucking right. I'm not.
I will.
Twice in one episode, I got to use it.
Sorry
And you were
for
both
being a Debbie
right.
Downer and bringing down the
No,
energy.
it wasn't.
No, it's
it
cool,
didn't
man.
bring
I
shit down.
I didn't
It's
realize
cool,
your
you
name
guys-
was Debbie. I mean, I would have called you by your real name this whole time.
I say it's cool because you guys know how I think anyway, dude. Like I think like old school people do.
Well, I do
fucking-
too, and that maybe
Pull
that's
my-
part of the problem for me. You know what I mean? For me, I'm not talking for you.
No,
but for
I'm
me.
just saying, like, I'm
This
one
is
of
how I
those.
feel,
I'm
like
one
it or
of
not.
those. I'm just one of those people, man. Like where I got problems and shit. Like I know how
You
to
just hold it in
I know
until
how-
you create an ulcer that's
Oh,
going to kill you
no.
one day.
No,
Not like that.
I fucking know. I grew up with this guy. I
Just
fucking
saying,
know.
like I know how to work problems on my head and get through it. You know, like I have like that
Yeah.
old school mentality where you just
Yeah.
don't really talk
Talk
about
about
it.
it.
You
Right,
just
right,
figure
right.
it out and get over it. And, like,
Right.
That's kind of gets me through my life, and I've never had to. You know, like that's why like a lot of that self-help shit, like I don't understand because I
Well,
figured out early on
well,
how to self-help myself.
it's
It's
funny
a whole
because-
new different aspect that
I know, that's what I'm
intrigues
saying,
me
like, it's
because it's
It
like
also,
a view.
it also didn't help your teenage and 20 years was pretty much alcoholism. But
Yeah, well, for me,
that was
drugs,
That was
but,
that
you
was
know,
a
I
lot of
grew-
us
I
who
grew
are
up in
kids.
Northwest.
Alcoholism
Indiana.
came
What do
later.
you
Drugs
mean?
came first.
Put 2 on the board.
Yes, sir. I do want to say though, I mean, this is why this book intrigued me because it was a whole new thought process that it was like, okay, maybe it's time to try a different thought pattern. Maybe, it's not too late to, teach an old dog new tricks, as they say.
And this isn't sensitive, mushy, gushy.
No. It's like,
No,
it's
that's what I'm
more.
saying. Like, I'm not dogging anybody who needs self-help.
No,
Don't
no,
get
no,
me
yeah.
wrong.
And-
like I said,
But
that's
for
just
me,
why, like, I
that's-
don't understand a lot of it because I figured some things out for myself a long
Yeah,
time ago.
yeah.
But by no means, trust me, if anybody knows, there's no
do.
way I dog anybody who needs
I
self-help.
know.
It's just funny
therapy
I
and
get
because
it, man.
shit and things like that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I forgot about
you
him.
sit here and you say that you don't know anything about it, but you are one of, I would say, probably 3 men that I've met within the last 5 years that have significantly changed the course of my life because of what you have taught me about how to feel about myself.
Yeah,
Well,
but
and
that's
I
not
can-
from self-help books or therapists.
That's just
from that's just some
being a friend.
excerpts from the inside.
To
my
me,
own
that
mind,
sounds like
how I
that's
think
just from
about
being
shit.
an actual, genuine friend instead of somebody who hides by saying, "I am your friend, but not your friend." You know what I mean? But no, I do. Feel free, touch a button. Oh yeah, Daddy,
That was the same one.
I'm gonna come.
So hold on. Before we end this,
All right.
I have my own douche of the century.
Oh, okay. Let's hear it.
You know what? Actually, I have a douche of the month for sure, but I don't want to talk about
And
it.
I don't have a whole
Is
shitload
this-
of
is this gonna be
information
Clayton
about it.
Keg?
And I don't have a whole shitload of information about it.
All
These
right.
are just things we know because we used to work with this guy.
You say we.
Me and the Fisterbee.
Do you know his name?
His name is Alston Hahn.
Is that 2 A's? Is it 2 A's?
HAHN.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask
So-
if it was also H or if it was 2H.
This was like almost October of last year, wasn't it, that this happened?
Yeah.
So he got arrested at his mom's house, apparently, for at work. We used to work with this guy in a sheet metal shop. I'll leave the name of the companies and unions
Hammer
out
attack?
of it.
27-year-old man from Anderson was arrested on his
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Shit right here.
He bashed a kid in the head with the sharp end of a sheet metal hammer about
Like
8
7 times. Yeah, 7 or 8 times.
Holy
On
shit!
the
Look at this
job?
guy.
Creeper.
No.
No,
He
you're
looks
right.
like the type that would be fucking the kid in the ass
listen,
while he did it.
So listen, for years, this dude was showing signs of all kinds of problems, and nobody at work did nothing about it, and then it led to this happening.
And
Yeah.
this happened on the job.
Yeah.
At work, on
At
the
work.
job.
Wow.
And like the guy that he did it to couldn't have been like a sweeter, like kind of. He was kind of
He was a little bit slow.
lights on,
Possible
nobody's home.
autistic?
Maybe.
No, like lights
But
are
real
on, nobody's
nice
home
dude.
type situation.
Yeah.
like
To his
wants
fa-
to learn.
But
wants
like
to
a
learn.
sweet-
to his
sweet
face
guy.
and back of the head.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Let's
Yeah, we
see.
might have to go into this, douche, for
Was
real.
let's see. The victim, a police report shows. They
A
fucking
buffering screen. That's what it showed.
Put a
Just
What's
so
his
you
name?
know.
Christian Lopez.
Yes. Lopez was the
What's
guy.
his name?
Oh,
Christian?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy he attacked was Christian Lopez.
Now, were you guys on the job?
I don't
when
know. We
this
might want to
happened?
bleep out names because I don't know if any of that's like
I
legal.
don't care about
legal
that stuff.
shit, but-
Those two things I don't care about. They can't. They're not. We're just
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about
I
It's
mean,
public
you-
knowledge.
Dude, if I just
If
Yeah,
literally
it is. I
found
mean, he
it,
just looked it up.
Yeah,
It's
if that
public
was the
knowledge.
case,
I don't-
you guys
I don't
could
know
do
if
the
the-
headlines.
I don't know if the victim's name is public knowledge. Is what I'm
It is
getting.
now.
Oh.
It is now.
Well, let's find out, and if we have to, we will bleep the victim's name. If we have to, we'll take that out for sure.
Come on.
But if it's in there, then we're just gonna leave it. I mean,
Dude,
but
as
yeah.
soon as they
So
told
you
me
better-
about
you
this,
better
I was like,
fuck it.
thank God he doesn't work there. He wasn't
Oh,
working there.
you
at the
guys
time.
were either of you
Smoking
working there at the
roaches all
time, or
day.
this is just?
I
Will
was
was.
not
I'm
in
done.
the shop
Fuck.
when it happened,
But you were an
What, you
employee,
I was an employee of the company.
and Ogre was not.
Ogre was not,
Right,
but
okay.
this
Okay.
was
No, not a buzz.
shortly after he had left.
Okay.
shouldn't have had to.
This was like within a year of him
Just say
leaving,
it. Next
No
time, let me
shit.
know.
and it was
That's-
around
I'll bring it
August
over.
or October of last year.
I think me and
when I-
Douche
when I
might
heard
go
about it.
ahead and get
So, yeah,
into this
so,
one,
yeah,
man.
that's
For
what I'm
real.
saying. Like,
that's crazy.
That's my douche of at least.
Oh,
today.
dude, you know
Just
what?
whatever. 'Cause
Ogre,
that's fucking-
Ogre, you deserve this.
And I only say
It's
that
an, it's an
because,
ongoing investigation type
I'm
thing,
sure
though,
it is.
too. So
It's
'cause
kind
it's
of
pretty
recent. It
fresh.
was just last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
this
I'm
guy
sure.
was showing all kinds of signs of problems and everything, man.
The jury trial was scheduled for October 30th of 2023. So by this time, I don't.
I believe it's been the jury trial's been done and everything, and I
Yeah.
think he's in jail. Hell, I even heard a rumor that he got in trouble for having a shiv.
You know, that's not
Somebody like
surprising
him's
from
gonna need
something
one.
like that. I
Yeah.
Someone
mean-
like him's gonna need one. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm
it-
sure.
and-
No, he's holding on to somebody's
should we tell him about the 11 and a quarter inch penis?
Yeah, that's
wow,
how big you
wait,
said
what?
his thing was.
He's
Wait,
like,
this guy.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm the
This-
talk of the
this guy,
town.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
That's
No.
what we said.
He said,
No.
I came
You
into
know
work
how I
one
know?
day.
Because you wouldn't show me.
I can say
Well,
that I
listen,
started
hey,
the Great
if I
Chicago
had one
Fire,
that
but that
fucking
don't
big,
make
I'd
it
be
fucking
like,
true.
no,
either.
check it out.
Dude,
Yeah,
if
well,
I had
listen,
one that
I was
long,
gonna
I'd wrap it around
I
my
was gonna
wrist
say,
and ask
I know
people what
that
time
sounds
it
queer
was.
as shit.
Look,
I know
make
that
it
sounds
talk.
queer as shit, but if I had a 12-inch ding dong and someone's like, "Let me see that shit," it'd be like, "Here you go, mother."
I'd jump rope with it.
Absolutely.
Milton Berle, a Jewish actor from way back, had a big ass dick and showed it to anybody and
That
everybody.
ass,
That's what
yeah.
I'm
Dude,
saying.
this
Yes.
motherfucker's dick was so big that he straight up knelt down on his motherfucking knees and put it in a golf ball on a fucking golf course in front of everybody to fucking see.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for
dude.
sure. If like, dude,
Look at John Holmes. He put it in everybody.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, let me see it. He's like, no. I'm like, because you're a fucking liar.
Yep.
If that was that big, I'd be a freak in nature. I'd be showing everybody in their fucking mom.
It's a
Especially
dick so
Will's
big
mom.
it actually shrinks when it gets hard.
Hey, there you go.
It's cold.
It's a shrinker,
Not
not
only
a
that,
shower.
like if it was
Right.
that big, like if it was as big as he thought, man, every time it got hard, he'd just black out.
Yo, dude, that's what happened to John Holmes. And to bring that back up, yeah, absolutely.
Oh Jesus. Dude, I
John
can't-
Holmes, like, whenever they shot, okay, now this is something that I actually
Had to use
seen.
a stunt dick.
No, it wasn't a stunt dick. They had to literally. No, I'm being serious here. Like when they, whenever they shot a sex scene with John Holmes, they basically could only go a certain amount of time before he blacked out. Then they had to kind of cut and come back.
Oh, that girl
Yeah.
never comes.
So they literally like.
Come on.
So they literally had to section off every time they filmed with him
Going that way.
to like maybe 4 or 5 different sections before it became a whole scene.
Right.
So yeah, because of how big it was, how all that blood rushed into it, he could only do like maybe a minute or 2 at a time. So it was kind of fucked up. But at any rate, I do want all 3 of you back in studio at some point. It was great to have you actually on mic this time. You did put in some really great shit.
I'm sorry that we didn't call you Debbie from the beginning.
Yes, next time we can just call me Debbie.
Debbie!
Debbie Fisterbottom.
He prefers Deborah.
Debbie Fisterbottom.
Deborah
We'll
Fisterbottom.
be back.
Giant Deborah.
They call me Big Debbie.
No,
They
see,
call
now,
me Big
there's
Debbie.
Little Debbie, there's Big Debbie, and now we got Giant Debbie.
Goliath Deborah.
No, if you've seen
That'd
the
be
show,
Bertha.
if you've actually seen the show we're referring to, he's like medium Deborah.
Oh, medium. Oh, yeah. Big Debbie was a little bit bigger. You're right.
Medium Deborah.
And she was a bitch.
I guess podcast to podcast. I want to give a shout out to Cotton Candy Randy.
Hey,
Hey,
daddies.
Hey, daddies.
Oh, okay.
Hey, daddy.
Was that the joke that was that y'all was supposed to have done before we started, or that y'all was talking about with the welcome to the podcast, boys? It's
I guess, should we just do we
Yeah,
have- real quick?
absolutely.
Okay.
Let's fucking get into
All
that.
right, I guess, I don't know. He'll probably never hear this, so
well, nobody really hears it now.
All right,
Well, you
so-
can definitely make sure he
so-
hears
we get
it.
about
That's
70
great.
downloads
So I
a
guess-
month.
So we'll hide his real name. We'll call him Greg
No.
Olsen.
Greg Cheeks.
Craig Cheeks.
Craig Cheeks.
Why not
Okay,
just go
Craig.
Greg Yeeks at this?
Yeah.
So Mr. Craig Cheeks
Or how about Yeet Cheeks?
is
Spread him.
is Mr. Fisterby's kind of stepdad deal, right?
He's been with my mom for over 13 years. So
Well,
I mean,
he's definitely
he's
gonna have to
basically-
hear this.
He's basically my stepdad.
Well, if
Anyway.
he does, he does. If he doesn't, it is what it is. It ain't what
Anyway,
it ain't.
I used to live over on like in the hood in Indianapolis, and like
Oh yeah.
anyway, I was moving back home after I divorced my ex-wife, and old Ogre here was helping me move back. Well,
Right.
we were borrowing my stepdad's Toyota Tundra to move,
Tundras are nice.
and well, he had left like a furniture dolly in the back of the truck for us to use.
In case you guys need it, this is for you.
Yeah, and so we put the furniture dolly back in the truck, but
Precariously.
yes, it was precariously. It was like
we
it could have
thought
fallen
about
out.
we thought about it last.
Yeah,
after we
yeah,
fucking
like,
loaded
after
this
everything
truck
was
to the
loaded.
hilt, we were like, "Oh shit, the furniture dolly."
Yeah, so we
Makes sense.
So we put the furniture dolly in there, and it
They
is just
tied
like
it to the back of the
no,
truck.
it's not even. It was just in there
On
loose,
its
like
wheels, just
like yeah, no, literally,
No,
like
literally, yeah,
like
in there loose.
one wrong gust of wind, and this thing was on the interstate.
right. And you're on the interstate, so there's gonna be one good
yeah,
gust of wind.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
for like 30 miles at 85 miles an hour.
So
That's a steady good gust of wind.
so we get back to the house, and I can't remember if it was you or me. One of us made the joke that like it had flown out of the truck, and the other was like, "No way!" But like we were like, "What happens if it did?" But like Greg found it at one point in time. Like he just went. He was like driving to work, and he just sees it sitting on
He
the
just
side of
sees
the and
That looks like mine.
yeah,
What
yeah.
the
And
fuck is
he
this?
pulls over. He pulls over and puts it in the back of the truck and everything. And and
He's
like
looking at it. He sees it and he stops and he's looking at it. He's like,
I bet that's mine.
"This is that my fucking furniture dolly?"
That looks like my furniture dolly, boy. And so he gets the furniture dolly and he brings it back home and he like puts it under a tarp. He's like, I'm gonna ask these boys some questions, eh? So he calls us into a room and it's got like the overhead light and everything and like the table and whatnot. And he's like, "Have a seat, boys."
I got
Did
some
he have a
questions
big
for
old
you.
stogie
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
one
yeah.
of those pipes?
He's like,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
you remember when I let you guys use my furniture dolly? We're like, yeah, Greg. Like why? Like, remember it came up missing. We don't know what happened to it. And then he rips this tarp open, right? And then like the furniture dolly would be there, and he's like, Exhibit A, boys. And then I would be like, Craig, what happened to your furniture dolly?
What'd you do?
I think you know exactly what happened to my furniture dolly, and I'm here to prove it.
So ever since then, every time we talk
Maltese
about Craig,
Falcon, eh?
every time we talk about Craig now or anything he might say, it's always in that
Or do you mean Greg?
Craig.
I thought you said Greg.
No, they were saying
Craig.
Craig. The
Oh,
whole
really?
time.
Craig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Craig Ferguson. No.
Craig.
Yeah,
Craig,
there you go.
Craig Cheeks.
Craig Cheeks.
Creek cheeks.
But yeah,
That-
so
how about
every
that?
every
Creek
time we
cheeks,
talk
that-
about
Yeah.
the scenario
Cream cheeks.
involving Craig,
Ooh,
we
like cream
always
cheese?
use that like
Cream cheeks?
2030s
Cream
detective
cheeks
voice.
works
No,
better. I
literally,
like
you
it.
sound like Elliot
That's a
Ness.
keeper.
Like
That's
almost
the new
literally what
character.
Elliot Ness would sound like is almost like that.
Hello, boys. We got a new criminal to chase here today.
my
We're gonna get in the
name
car. We're gonna go round him up.
It's cream cheeks.
Calling all
see?
cars, calling all cars. We've got a bozo down on 4th.
Bring the tube
We found Craig
I was going
Cheeks'
to say
furniture
a Dick
dolly.
Tracy.
Send an ambulance right away. We found Craig Cheeks' furniture
Hey,
dolly.
no, see? That is cream cheeks. You got to stick with the cream cheeks.
Okay,
Calling
on
all
that
cars,
note-
calling all cars. We've got a creamy
So
incident
every
down here
time
on
he
4th
does it, I
Street.
think his name is Detective Douche.
Oh, God, thank you for bailing him out of that one. All right, it's been a podcast.
What
Thanks
are
for
you talking
listening.
about?
This has
I
been
was all right
the
with failing, buddy. We just talked about the whole thing.
Yeah,
All right, he pulled out his list. He's about to do something.
yeah. See, that was
It's the end of
Was
the
another
podcast,
failure.
eh?
it was another failure. He did it on purpose, but you know, it's,
I know.
yes, very
Thanks
much so.
for listening.
Oh, well, if we're gonna go that route, all right, everybody, thanks for listening. This has been the dumbest podcast on your desk. I am Manny McDouche,
And I'm Clayton K.
that was absolutely awful, but you know what? You failed, and you can just keep trying. Not on this podcast, though. Thanks to the Kroger, aka Ogre, for coming on the podcast, and to his lovely wife, who we never gave a name to, but we'll just say
the missus.
Fiona.
Mrs. Ogre, see?
I was just going to say Mrs. Ogre. That's all I was going to say, but then
It's
I never
Mrs.
did
Ogre,
say
you
it.
fools.
Get out of my swamp.
It's been a
all
1930s
dropped the
comedical
ball.
broadcast.
hey, and to the late great Debbie.
Debbie Fisterbottom.
God, I couldn't even do it with a straight face, everybody.
Came, he saw, he got come done.
Yeah. Put on
One
another one on the
more.
board, and I dropped my notebook in the process.
And I will definitely make sure that YouTube video does get linked. So fuck you, douche.
Yeah,
He
so
does
you
like
are
a
not,
link- he
you're
does
not
like a
going to
link
do
on things.
anything but make sure that the person that handles all of our good stuff like that handles it.
That's me doing something.
That it's still you doing nothing. Anyway, thanks for listening. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Samsung Podcast, Podcast Index, Listen Notes, Pandora, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Deezer, and
Sirius XM Radio!
and Audible.
I knew you were going to
Because-
do that, too. I fucking knew that.
No, well, I realized that I was a little ahead of myself with the end and kind of fucked that one up. All right.
Who knew that Keg had a tech garçon?
Hey. I need it, though. I do.
That has been the broadcast of the dumbest podcast on your desk. Thank you for listening. We shall return soon.
And we out.
Wow. Anyway, I'm going to redo that because I know I could. This has been the dumbest podcast on your desk. Thanks for listening. And as much as he was really trying not to laugh at that, I am going to mute his microphone so he can't say anything.
Come on, bro.
Goodbye. The word come was said 43 times in this episode.